Commission resumes. I'm sorry, the demands of housekeeping that have to be done. The interval took us a bit longer than we thought. Mr. Mpofu.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Would you please remind the witness that he's still under oath?
Witness still under oath.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mr. Nzuza, just to round off the point that we were busy with without playing the video again, can you confirm that on both videos, in other words, while the people were seated down and when they were turning back, the strikers were singing and clicking their weapons together?
Oh, ngaphandle kokudlala ke za video uyavuma ba kuzo zombeni ngelaxesha behleli phansi nangelixesha bejika ke ngobebuyele emva bebecula bebethi izikhali so sinekwesini. Yes, I do.
Can I get two? Right. Now, you were at the stage where you say you then met up with General Mpembe somewhere on your way to the copy.
Bukulanda ke airport nadibana xa senibuyele eCopi nadibana no General Mpembe. Yes. Okay.
Now, it's common cause from witnesses such as General Mpembe and Mirafe and so on, and there's a transcript to the effect that the strikers said many times that they were not fighting, and all you needed was for the employer, and that the weapons should be collected from the mountain and so on. So I'm not going to play those parts. I'll only deal with what you said. It's also common cause that you spoke. You were one of the people who spoke while in that interchange with with General Mpembe.
Ayiphikiswa ke into ukuba abakhankalazi ematyela amaninzi bemane besithi abalwe bafuna nje umqashi izikhali eziyazi bazazibeka phansi pha entabeni nento ukuba nawe uyewathetha ngomnye wabantu abathethileyo pha xa nidibana noMpembe. That is correct.
Chairperson, if we could play Z1. I think my notes have been taken by the operators. I think it starts at about 2100, the relevant portion where he speaks, where the witness is speaking, Chairperson.
So it starts about 2138.
2138, yes. Go back a little bit. Okay. Chairperson, for two reasons. One,
to 2131, or you want to start at 2131?
We can start there, okay. Yes. For two reasons, Chairperson, because there is a transcript of this which is of questionable quality, but we can deal with that later, maybe to get a better agreed transcript among the parties. So for that reason, and also just to contextualize what he was saying, I will ask him after each sentence just to say for the benefit of the commission what it is, because you are speaking in Fanagalo mostly. Thank you. Okay, it's not long, Chairperson. Okay.
That's you, Mr. Nzuza.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Interpreter, can you interpret from Fanagalo? Can you interpret what he said?
No, unfortunately not.
No, that first part is in Xhosa, so the interpreter
the first part's in Xhosa. You can do that then.
Yes, Xhosa.
Can you interpret from at Ngelanin Mamel?
Please listen to me. Celanin Mamele, first part.
Okay. Rewind a little bit. Okay, I think start again at 21:31, and then the interpreter I'll indicate when to stop.
Please listen to me, let me talk and finish. Gentlemen, right now, we told you that we have asked the police from the mine. They allowed us to carry these things. Go back to where we were seated. They are going to the management right now. So we are asking from you, just as those police from the mine, we are not fighting with anyone. They could see that we are not fighting with anyone. They also know that there are people fighting with us from Marikana West.
No. But ayazi la ase Marikana West.
Or even those from Marikana West know that there are people fighting with us. They are asking that we be allowed to go there. There are some of the mine police who have already reached that place, that side. They are waiting for us to give feedback or get feedback from the management. To hear what he says, now we are asking. We're just asking you to release us, you guard us. We're not destroying anyone's house, we're not taking anything from anyone. All we're asking is that when we reach the copy, we'll arrive also there. And these things that we're carrying will come to you, sir, and
yes, if you can just rewind because there's a bit of confusion. At that point, he doesn't finish that sentence, and then General Bembe interrupts him. So it will be obvious.
They say release us and you will guard us. Destroying anyone's house. Taking or eating anything from anyone. All we're asking is that when we reach the copy, you will come. And these things that we're carrying will come to you, sir. Please listen to me. And Mr. Mpembe is saying, sir, I said, I do not have a problem with you. I want spears. Sir, we are saying, then Mr. Mpembe says, no. Yes.
Sorry, Chairperson, that's not clear. It's the witness who tries to interject to say we are saying, and then the general again interrupt. He behaves like a certain counsel.
That was interpreted. Because you're the interpreter, not Mr. Mpofu, but he's making suggestions, and if you adopt them,
I would agree.
then they
Mr.
become the
Chairman.
interpretation.
It was not clear. I would agree.
You haven't been sworn in as an interpreter, you have, you see.
Yes.
Yes, you can carry on a little bit.
Ngifuna imkhonto
I want the spears.
phela yonke into and manje
Everything, and now,
mangingatholi imkhonto
if I do not get the spears,
ngeke ngimdedele.
I will not release you.
Yeah, and I think we go
You can carry on. Stop there.
Sorry, 23.31.
Thank you, Chairperson. Now, you can see the policeman who is sort of blocking the way, wearing a blue helmet, facing your direction and pointing a gun. Probably a shotgun.
Mr.
It's a
Mpofu,
pop.
sorry, I want to interrupt you. He was originally blocking the way, but he then moved slightly to the left,
Yeah, I was
allowing
coming
them
there.
to pass.
Yes, that's exactly the point, Chairperson. Yes, who was originally blocking the way, pointing a probably a shotgun because he's a pop person. You can see that.
Yes, I see the officer.
All right. Was he the only policeman who was taking that position? Who was kind of blocking the way?
Kuye yedwa ke ipolice la mangilenza ngala position la ngathi liyanivala lanqana unblock indlela.
Likhona leside la kuba ivideo likhona lingaphe lemhlophe.
There is a white officer on that side witnessing the case who is right.
Okay,
who is
who's not visible in that
on
picture.
the video.
Okay. Were there any, except for those two, the white and the black policemen, were there any other members of SABS in that area ahead of you?
Ngaphandle kwalo mapolisa amabini eli nelimhlophe lisitheleyo akhona amanye amapolisa apha kulaa ndawo apha phambi kwenu.
Elele lalime phambi kwethu. Sacela lo mama liswaya kwathi kwavela amanye.
No, it was
4-5 avela apha.
this one standing in front of us. We asked him to give way. When he did, there were 4 or 5 other officers who appeared.
Okay, can we interpose another short video, Chairperson, just for that particular point? It's probably a new one. I think it's a new exhibit.
So ke siveze enye sekweli nqaku enye video.
It's an short Al Jazeera footage.
I describe it. It's a big quadruple
P4, yes, Chairperson.
How do I describe it? Video clip
We
Al
can say
Jazeera.
Al Jazeera footage of 13 August 28 near railway line, something like that.
No, Al Jazeera didn't give it to us. I've written here video clip Al Jazeera footage of action on
13.
events, I suppose. Events on 13/8/2012 near the railway line.
Yes, thank you, Chairperson.
Do we start with Naught?
Yeah, we started at not.
We've got the Al Jazeera sign in the corner.
Police who came to quell the violence instead found...
Stopped after 3 seconds.
3 seconds, yes. Okay, if you look at the smaller screen, it's more visible. At this point, you can see 1, 2, 3, 5 policemen who do not include that one with the helmet. Can you see that, Mr. Nziza?
Bonakala amapolisa ayi-5 lingekho ke eli le helmet ngalibali le helmet. Uyabona?
And wabona lo.
Yes, I see
And
them.
the policeman to the back of the camera, can you identify that person?
I mean, with his back to the camera.
With his back to the camera, yes.
Elia.
In other words, the third policeman from the left.
Elalesithathu kusuka ngapha left elifulathele icamera. Uyalibona bangibani?
And wabona lo.
Lesithathu. Yes, I see him.
Who is it?
Ubani?
Mpembe.
That is General Pembe.
Okay, carry on.
Themselves the target. 2 officers were hacked to death.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. That's
6
yes.
seconds.
Yes, that's all, Chairperson. Just to demonstrate that there were a number of other policemen in front there. Now, you've testified that the policeman with the blue helmet and the other one were asked to give way, and did they give way?
Usuchilo kubantu balapholisa le helmet eblue nelinye lesibeni nabacela bambashenga bashenga.
Abaswayo.
Yes, they did.
And then, can you describe to the Commission what was happening as you were proceeding on that path in relation to yourselves as the group of protesters and the police contingent that was there?
Ngasicela kuba kwenzeke intoni xa niqhubeka ngalondlela nina ningabaqhankqalazi nalamapolisa xa uthelekisa nina namapolisa belapha. Into nenzekileyo xa niqhubeka nihamba.
Yeah.
And
Can you repeat the question, please?
All right, let's play that too, I think, to make it easier.
Masenze lula sawudlala uZ2 video.
Starting at 5:29. It's before.
What exactly are we looking at? We started at 4 seconds. What are we looking at? Z2.
Z2, yes, Chairperson. Okay, stop.
1 minute, 22 seconds.
Yes. Mr. Nzuza, can you describe for the Commission what we observe? Who is that group of people that has emerged from the left-hand side of the photo?
Asichazela kuba intoni besibukele ngoba besibona pha kula mfanekiso ngobani ababantu la group evela ngapha ngase left.
Power abasebenzi bayahamba nje kakuhle ngapha ngenhla ngamaphoyisa. Ukhona ngasemveni kwethu.
Workers are walking normally. On top there indicates to his right, those are the police. There are also other officers behind us.
Okay, carry on. Okay, stop.
1 minute 33 seconds.
Yes, thank you, Chairperson. Yeah. Rather, before you reach that, from where we are, if you were on the camera person's side, before you reach the group of workers, there are other people who are running in a kind of parallel line. Who are those?
Ngoba ke ufike kula group yabasebenzi kukho enye igroup abanye abantu ababalekayo kuyo le direction abasebenzi abaya ngakuyo. Ngobani abaya?
ababaleka ngenhlanga amapholisa.
Those are running on top there, those are the police.
Okay. All right, carry on. Okay, stop.
1 minute 46 seconds.
Thank you, Chairperson. And then you can observe in front, there's a nyala that kind of cut in front of the workers. I think before they emerged, and now it's cutting back in front of them. Was anything done to that nyala?
Awujonga ke phakho into engathi inyala engathi yaniqhawulela yabaqhawulela. Kho into enziliweyo basebenza abayenzileyo kulanyala.
Sifike sadlula kuyo.
No, we just passed the nyala without doing anything to it.
Okay, carry on. Okay, stop.
2 minutes 8 seconds.
Yes. We can see what is common cause is tear gas being thrown into the crowd. As you can see, that smoke. What I want to know from you is before or just before that.
I'm sorry,
the time
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Mpofu. Was it into the crowd or in front of the crowd?
in front, let's say,
Yes.
in front, yes, to the right, slightly in front to the right of the crowd, but the smoke is covering at least partially covering the crowd. What I want to know from you is before that event, was there any deviation by the strikers from their path?
Sibona ke pha kudutshulwa kulahlelwa i-tear gas phambi kwabo na umsilo we-tear gas uyanakwabo abaphambili kubo. Phambi koba laa nto yenzeke lahle i-tear gas ilahlelwe ikhona into abayenzileyo entsha kule nto bebeyenza njengoba ngithi sigqibele behamba nje kakuhle abaqhankqalazi njengoba utshilo. Khona into abayenzileyo phambi koba kulahlelwa tear gas.
Ayikho into abayenzile abaqhankqalazi bebezihambela nje kakuhle.
No, the strikers did not do anything. They were just walking normally.
Okay, carry on. Yes, thank you. Then
2 minutes 27 seconds.
yes. Just before that point, we see, I think, 2 or 3 other objects which are thrown, which look like tear gas, and I think it's common cause. Mr. Madlanga dealt with this with General Pembe. What then happened at that stage?
Babona ngoku ngathi kulahlelwa ezinye ezintathu tear gas ayiphikiswa noMadlanga uyewadilishana nayo pha kuMpembe. Kwenzeka ntoni ke ngoku ba?
Abasebenzi babaleka phaya. Ubayithagesi ngoba isisicaka ubaleka kwethu.
The workers are running now because the tear gas was affecting us.
Okay, carry on. Stop.
2 minutes 38 seconds.
Yeah. Just go back to about 35. I want you to observe The policeman right at the back of the photo, there are about 2 towards that 3. Can you go back again a little bit?
Mapolisa asemva pakula photo ngathi mabini
Who are behind the crowd, can you tell us what they're doing?
basemva kwe-crowd le kweqelele ngasicela babenzani la mapolisa.
La ngemva ngawo ayadubula la ngasemva.
The police at the back are firing, are shooting.
Okay, carry on.
Are you suggesting we can see that?
Yeah, you can. There it is.
So these are 2 people just past the pole.
No, there are people, as the witness said, behind the crowd that is running off the running.
I can understand the witness giving an account of what he remembers happened, but all I'm saying is I'm not sure I see that. It may be
I
my
do.
fault, but...
Okay, well, I'm sure everyone else can see it,
Hlalo ke zama ukubona uba
except SABC, of course. Yeah. But
But
There,
Chair,
there. There it is.
maybe the objection must be made. If the witness is describing what we all can see or not see, it's one thing. But more critical, he must tell us whether it's an observation he made on the day. Without that, he's just as good as we are.
Well, it's not a good point. That's not my question. I'm not asking him about what he saw on the day. I'm asking him about what he sees on this day.
Or he sees on this day is no better than what we see. So we don't have to him to act as eyes for us.
Well, that will be the first time we'll take that approach, but it's fine.
But maybe a good approach all the same.
Yeah. Okay. The SABC and the chairperson cannot see the shooting people that we can see.
talk about Slaro mapolisa babona abantu badubulayo.
Bayabona nabo.
There may have been at one point someone firing, but I wasn't entirely sure. Looked like someone firing. What he was firing, of course, is also another matter.
Anyway, just rewind to say 200.
The person who may well be firing is about 229, 230, I think. What
Yeah.
he's firing isn't quite clear, but it does appear to have a firearm which he's
Yeah,
long
it
barrel
does to
firearm
me.
which he's doing something with.
Yeah, that's fine, Chairperson. Okay, stop. Oh, yeah, no, I think we've already gone past this point. Carry on. Stop.
That's 231.
Yes. What can you observe about the movement of the strikers?
Ntoni weqwalasela ubona apha ngemovement yabo abasebenzi.
Ndibona abasebenzi babaleka babheka ngasemikhukhweni.
What I noticed there is that they are running towards the shacks.
Okay, carry on. And now what can you observe about the workers?
Ngoku ubona ntoni ngabo?
Ndibona babebaleka kuphela la.
I see them running.
And what are the policemen doing?
Amapolisa enzani?
Ayadubula la ngasemva.
Those at the back are shooting.
Carry on. Stop.
3 minutes, 3 seconds.
What can you observe about the strikers now?
Bona ntoni ke ngabasebenzi ngoku?
Abasebenzi nisababona apha simbonanga sengamapolisa abonakala kwelathafa.
Now I can't see the workers anymore. It's only the police who can see in that fact.
Okay, carry on. Stop. Can you still not see the workers?
Awukababona
Na abasebenzi babuya kwelisayidi lisezantsi lisuka ngase K4 babuyela ngapha kule ndlela besize ngayo.
Yes, the workers are appearing now from the K4 side, going towards the direction of the road in which we came.
What are they doing?
Benza ntoni?
bayabaleka.
They are running.
Okay, carry on. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Now, what can you tell the Commission about the role that was played by the tear gas that we saw being thrown onto the marching strikers?
Ngasicela ntoni ke nge-tear gas yenze ntoni i-tear gas kuba asebenze abaya le tear gas kuba uyibona pha?
Ethagesi yona into ngoba uqala kwayidubulile asayikhana sayinanga mani betha ngapha emacaleni.
The first time they
In the
fired
end,
the tear gas, we ignored it. It was landing on the sides.
Into enziwa masibaleke leli xesha isitarhayo ke ngoku.
Now, what caused us to run is when the tear gas fumes affected us.
Yes. What did you do? I'm now talking about you personally. We've seen that the group of strikers was running away, and as you've described it, what did you do?
Babonile iqela elabasebenzi babaleka pha wena ngokwakho wenze ntoni?
Nami le ndabaleka.
I also ran.
Right. Until what happened?
Babaleka kode kwafika phi ke kwanini?
Ubaleka kwami the mandijampa indlela uba la gravel road siyawela cala. Kwakho umuntu odutyulwa wa emveni kwami laso ndajika ndeza kuye.
I ran, crossed the gravel road. Once I was crossing to the other side of the road, there was someone who was shot behind me. I turned around and went to that person.
Kulapho ndifike ndama phezu kwakhe ndaphakamisa izandla. Kunamaphoyisa esiza.
Stood over that person, raised my hands, and the police were coming.
Yes.
Satho samthatha ke sabaleka naye basiyomfihla emikhukhwini basifuna siyombeke sifuna naye entabeni. Sohlulakala endleleni.
Took this person, ran with him, trying to hide him in the shacks, or we're going to take him to the mountain, but we could not. We're unable to.
Safike samfaka emikhukhwini basizama imoto yoba sikwazi umthatha ayiswe esibhedlela.
We put him in a shack, tried to arrange transport for him to be taken to the hospital.
Right. Did you?
In
Sorry,
a shack?
Chappers.
Did you put him in a shack?
Namfaka
Because
emkhukhwini.
in your statement, you said we were forced to leave him next to a shack.
Ngoba estatementini sakho
Which of those two is correct?
estatementini sakho uthe nanyanzela ukuba nimshiye ecaleni komkhukhu. Gogo uthi nimfaka emkhukhwini.
This is your statement, Triple H 21,
Statement
paragraph 10.
Triple H 21 paragraph 10 uthe namshiya ecaleni komkhukhu.
Sishiyana kule nandithi andithi emikhukhwini andithi emkhukhwini ndithi emikhukhwini apho sasibalekela khona safike sambeka khona andithi ngaphaka ndithi emikhukhwini.
Oh, I don't mean inside a shack, Mr. Chair. I meant to say at the squatter camp. That is where we left him.
No.
Next to a shack, not
Chairperson.
inside a shack.
Yes. I'm sorry. I think the interpretation is not clear. What the witness was saying is that he was saying in the shacks, not in a shack, effectively.
That, Mr. Interpreter.
Yes, that is what I just corrected, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
okay,
Said
thank
in the squatter camp, meaning in the shacks.
Yes, yes,
we
yes,
left him next to a shack.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yes. All right. Eventually, you arrived at the copy. What did you observe?
Nafika ke ekopini wabona ntoni?
Ekopini mina andinjembe ngishiye ngasemva. Ekopini ndafika xa kwakuthetha unenzi kumambushi ufika kwami.
As I had remained behind, when I arrived at the copy, Mambush was talking.
Kulapho nami ndafika ndatsho ndachaza ukuthi abantu abalimele kunabantu abalimele sibashiye emikhukhwini.
That is when I arrived there and also explained about the people who were injured, whom we had left in the shacks or at the squatter camp.
Okay. I think it's also not contested that then some people were taken to the hospital. It's also common cause that 5 people died there during that commotion. Did you observe any of that happening?
Phikiswa nento bakwaseleke abantu abayi5 ke kulo qushululu bonile wena lonto.
Open numbers.
Can you repeat the question, please?
5, it is accepted by everyone in the commission that 5 people died during that commotion. Did you observe any of that happening, of how those people died?
Nobungqina ke bakwasweleka nabantu abayi5 kulo commotion lonto bisenzeka pha ibonile nawe wena lonto.
Zange ndibone ndive apha commission.
No, I did not observe it, but I heard about it here in the commission.
Right. And then that day, did you stay at the copy or did you leave?
Lonmin ke wahlala pha ekopini okanye wahamba washiya ikopi.
Nahlala apha ekopini.
I stayed on the copy.
Ndahamba late.
Until what time?
Left the copy late.
Late. Okay. Anyway, by the way, there's also evidence. We heard Mr. X said that certain people, including the leaders there, stayed at the copy from the 11th until the 16th without going home or changing their clothing. Were you here when that evidence was given?
Mvile ke no Mr. X esithi abanye abantu bahlala pha endulini kusela nge11 until nge16 bengasuki bengaphumi ba endulini. Mvile xa ethetha lonto.
Ndamva xa ethetha.
I heard him say so, yes.
Was that evidence true?
Inyani bobunqi.
Ayi, ubuxoko phinda naye.
No, that's a lie.
Did you ever spend the night at the copy?
Wena wakwachitha ubusuku pha bonke endulini?
Zange.
No.
And in relation to the second point that Mr. X mentioned about the clothing, although we've observed it in the video, but can you just tell the commission what you were wearing on the 13th?
Thini ke ngale empahla noxa sibonile pha evidweni wena uthi bunxibe ntoni nge13?
E13 nanxibe isilambe semnyama nebrokhwe ekhakhi neskipper esedayisi.
I was wearing a black lumber jacket, a khaki trousers, and a diamondized t-shirt.
Yes. Well, yes, as I said, that's what we observed in the video. And then on the 14th, what were you wearing?
Sibonile nathi lonto pha ku video nge14 ke unxibe ntoni?
Benxibe la brokhwe ekhakhi nejezi green Celtics.
That same khaki trousers, a green Celtic jersey.
Yes. Right. And where did you have that change of clothing, at least on the top side?
Utshintshe nini phi ezo mpahla engoku apha ngasendle?
Nditshintshe endlini.
At home.
All right. Now, on the 14th, what time more or less did you arrive at the copy?
Nge14 xa uqikelela ufike ngobani xesha pha ekopini?
Entabeni ndafika ngabo pha to 9.
Could have arrived there just before 9.
Right. Again, it's common cause that later that day, a group of policemen, including Lieutenant Colonel McIntosh, arrived at the copy and spoke to a group of workers. Were you part of that group?
Late ngalo mina amapolisa afika khona McIntosh pha wathetha ke nabasebenza bukhona kulo group.
Ndandikhona.
Yes, I was.
All right. Can we play Triple J 28? Video 029.
Dumelang, molweni,
khona lapha salokuthula.
Person, it's Triple J 28.
Thank you. We stopped at 11 seconds.
No, Chairperson. Okay, no, maybe.
I'm told it's the wrong video, is it?
No, it's not. I just wanted. There's a question that I should have asked. I'll put it at the right time. Yeah.
All
Okay. Carry on with the video, sir.
Thina khona lapha salokuthula.
19 seconds.
Okay. There's a.
Wait.
Well, whichever one of the interpreters understands Fanagalo.
He's saying we come here in peace.
Okay. Who was saying that?
Kubani
Mr. Nzuza?
thetha lento umsenzuza othi sizapha ngoxolo.
Ngumuntu obese lento ke kwezamoto zamapolisa.
Someone who was in one of those police cars.
Okay, carry on. Right, you can observe that there are people who are topless, and there's a tab there. What was going on there?
Yabona ke kwabantu abanganqibanga apha ngasentla khona into ngathi ibhafu baqhubeka ntoni pha.
Abantu babehlamba pha.
Those people were washing or bathing there.
Yes. Do you know what they were doing?
Benza ntoni ke xa behlamba pha?
Babezikhusazela nje phayana abantu pha.
Bebesenzani?
Babezikhusela.
They were protecting themselves.
Yes. How were they protecting themselves?
Bazikhusela njani?
And from what?
Bazikhusela kwintoni?
Njengoba kunje pha andithi senzela okanye la siyokhuluma nomanager sikhona ukuthi akwazi usimamela isicelo sethu. Zizinto ebezenzela zona sihlambela ukuthi sikhona ukhuseleka kunasekuthakathweni.
As we are there, as you see us there, we're going to talk to the manager to make him listen to our demands. So we're being protected there in these talks with the manager and also from witchcraft.
Okay. Carry on. You can be seen somewhere behind. Just carry on. You can identify yourself when you see yourself on that video.
Uzawuzibona xa uvela.
We want to sort out this problem. We will sort out this problem without violence.
Ndinafuna lungisa lonkinga ngaphandle kwalokuyilwa.
The problem without any fight.
Ndinafuna lungisa lonkinga kanina ngaphandle kwalokuyilwa.
Have your problem solved without a fight.
We would like to speak to your leaders, a small group of leaders. We would like to speak to a small group of leaders.
Ndinafuna kuluma nalobaphathi kanina.
We want to talk to your leaders.
Stop in 1 minute, 3 seconds.
Yes. What I want to say, while this is going on, the people in the front were half naked. Well, firstly, can you confirm that all that was happening right in front of everyone?
Yonke ke lento uyaqiniseka ukuba ibisenzeka phambi konke wonke. Yes.
And that the position of those people that you can see is in front of both copies 1 and copy 2?
And landa sibabona kuyo kuphambi kocopy 1 necopy 2. Yes.
Okay, carry on.
We will ensure the safety of the leaders. They come forward and then they can go back to the group what we discussed before.
Ndinazibuka lokuthi lobaphathi kayena inaphephile, losikhathi enabuya lapha, noko losikhathi enandela lapha kanina. Ndinaziyenza lobaphathi kanina inaphephile, losikhathi enabuya.
We will see to it that your leaders are safe as they come forward towards us.
We stopped at 2 minutes, 6 seconds.
Yeah. Two things. One is, Did everybody participate in the what you call the protection activities that were carrying on there?
ongeke umuntu uye wathatha inxaxheba kulaa nto yokhuseleko olwenziwa pha?
Hayi.
No.
What did the majority of the people do that we can see on the video?
Ubunensi babo aba bantu benze ntoni abasibabona pha kwivideo?
Ubuninzi babo bebekholelwa emithandazweni ngoba behlelele pha emva abanye kwakusiya umuntu ayevethanda ukuya phayana. Bayekholelwa naye kulaa nto yenziwa.
Most of them believed in prayers, as you see them sitting there at the back, or one, whoever felt like going in front, believing in what was taking place in front there, they would go.
Yes, and what was happening there, was it a secret?
So ibimfihlo laa nto ibisenzeka pha?
Ibingeyomfihlo.
It was not a secret.
And could the policemen who were talking observe and see it as we hear them talking to you in Fanagalo?
Siyeva ke khona amapolisa athetha nani pha ngesifanakalo beyibona nawo laa nto yenzeka pha?
Abayibona.
They could see it.
Did they ever say that you should stop doing the rituals that you believed in?
Bake batsho ke la mapolisa uba niyeke ukwenza la masiko nikholelwa kuwo?
Zangasho.
No, they did not say so.
Did they ever indicate that they could observe anything wrong with people observing their rituals?
Bake basho ke uba kho into embi okanye wrong abayibonayo bona ngale nto yala masiko enziwa ngaba bantu bezenzela amasiko abakholelwa kuwo?
Zange bathethe nenye into.
They never said any of those things.
Yes, and then the second portion is the person who's seen without a head there, wearing a green top. Who is that person?
Laa mntu ke uvele phaa intloko ke ikhathekile unxibe itop egreen. Ngubani loya?
Ndim lo.
That is me.
Okay, let's carry on. Maybe we can see your head.
Siqhubeka mhlawumbi intloko yakho izawufa.
Buya lapha noko losikhathi lapha lapha ngamini. That one sitting there.
Meet them again.
239.
The person who is in front of that crowd is Mr. Noki. I don't think that's contested. Can you confirm that?
Themba iphikiswayo into yoba laa mntu phaa phambili nguMr. Noki. Nawe uyavuma? I do.
Right. Okay. Now, just briefly describe to this is the first encounter, as it were, between yourselves and the police. What was happening on this occasion, apart from the rituals that we've spoken about?
Lwenu lokuqala oluphakathi kwenu namapolisa bekusenzeka ntoni ke ngoku apha kusuka kulaa ndawo elamasiko okuzikhusela besigqiba wabona and then wenzeka ntoni?
Ngicela uphe nombuzo.
Can you repeat the question, please?
No, I was just saying, can you just briefly capture for the commission what was said and how that first encounter with the police happened, with the police and the group of leaders?
Dibana olu yakokuqala ke kwenu namapolisa intoni ibithetha busenzeka ntoni pha? Ungasixelela. Chazela commission.
Phayana kulaa veki le ntombi ivele kulaa vethu.
What was happening on this video that we see now?
Yes, on the video and thereafter. Just what happened between the two groups.
Nasemva nje koko intoni enzekileyo phakathi kwale group yamapolisa negroup le yabasebenzi?
Into ebiyi-one ibithethwa ngamapolisa ukuthi nabasebenzi into bebeyenza kumamela amapolisa xa ethetha bahlale phansi. Amapolisa into beyithethe besitheze ngento eyi-one uba aze uba sizokuthethisana uba kulaa ndawo sihleli kuyo sihlale ngokuthula qha ayikho enye into bebeyenza.
There's one thing that was happening there. The police would talk to us, to the workers, and the workers would sit and listen. And basically what the police were saying is that there should be peace whilst we are there.
Okay, and did you convey any message to them?
Nina ikhona into eniyithethileyo ke okanye umyalezo nogqithisayo kumapolisa xa bethethe zona?
Ukhona.
Yes, we did.
Yes, what was it?
Netheni?
Sithe amapolisa into yokuba makaze sothethisana into ezingabangafuni uthethisana nathi sicela nje asiphathele umqashi kuphela.
We said to the police, as they say, we should talk to each other. All we're asking from them is to bring the employer to us.
Okay.
into esesabaxelela yona bathi ke bona ke sizawuhamba size naye sizawuya kuye.
That is what we told the police, and they said they will go and get the employer.
Okay. How did those talks end on that day?
So as on ntetho ke zaphelela phi zaphela njani ngaloo mini phakathi kwenu namapolisa nalo.
Kephi date nge-14
On the 14th.
Yes, on the 14th.
apho yaphela khona kwave sahlala phansi namapolisa mangaphayana.
We sat down and the police stood on the other side.
Okay. Then later on the 14th, there is evidence that the body of Mr. Twala, or a body, you might not have known the person's name, was found near the copy. Do you remember that?
Late ke wange-14 njalo kwaba nobungqina boba kwafunyanwa umzimba mhlawumbe ungamazi ke noba Mr. Twala. Uyayikhumbula into enjalo?
Ndiyayikhumbula.
I remember that.
Mr. X says you were involved in that incident. Can you explain what? Well, firstly, were you involved in the killing of Mr. Twala?
Bukhona kubandakanyeka kwisiganeko sokubulawa kwaMr. Twala? No, I was not there.
Okay, what did you see Mr. Twala, or the person that you've now seen in Exhibit L as Mr. Twala, did you see him on that day?
Lo muntu ke ngokwesimbonile napha kwe-exhibit L bangu-Mr. Twala wambona ngolo suku nge-14?
Ndambona.
Yes, I saw him.
What happened? Can you just briefly tell the commission where you observed him and how you observed him?
Mbone kweziphi ke imeko, mbone phi njani? Mbone senza ntoni, mbone phi ngalo mini nge-14? I did not know who he was, what his name was. I just knew that he works at 4 Belt. When I went there, I arrived, sat next to Mambush because he was standing on his feet and talking. And I just heard him saying, the person who knows me is this one, this boy sitting here. He knows where I work and so on. And that's when I said, no, old man, don't say you know me. I only met you once, one morning when I came off duty and you wanted goggles from me. My goggles,
yeah.
Goggles or sunglasses from me.
Lapho namphendula khona andakwazi lo mina usithi uzangiqothisa qha zange ngiphinde ndikwazi andikwazi ungathi ndiyakwazi ndatsho lo hlobo kuye.
And that's when I responded to him. I said, I only met you on that day. I did not know you, and you said you'll cause me to be fired.
Ndasuka ndahamba namshiya apha esamile ndahamba ndohlala kwindawo endandisela kuyo idrink phaa ecaleni khona phaa ekopini.
When I left, stood up and went to a place where I was having a cold drink on the side on the copy.
Yes, and did you see him or talk to him or interact with him at any other stage on that day?
Waphinda ke wambona lo mfo ngalo mini okanye waba nento okwenza naye kwangalo mini?
Zange ngiphinde ndimbone ndahamba mina ndohlala le.
No, did not see him again. I just went to sit on the other side.
And when the body was collected by the police later, did you see whose body it was?
Xa umzimba ke ulandwa ngamapolisa later wabona ba ngumzimba kabani?
Zange sobona.
No, we did not see the body.
Okay, so that was the 14th. Then there was also evidence that, and I won't waste a lot of time on this, that on the same day you were engaged in a telephone conversation with Mr. Matunjwa while you were at the copy.
Khona ubungqina ke ukuba ngalo mini futhi ke wathethisana noMr. Matunjwa efonini upha ekopini.
Hayi, andiyazi ke leyo.
No, I have no knowledge of that.
And Mr. X also says that Mr. Matunjwa, after your telephone discussions with him, arrived at the copy on the 14th. Do you know any of that?
Mr X ke uthi futhi emva kokuthetha kwakho nomathunjwa apha efonini wafika umathunjwa apha ekopini nge14.
ayikho le.
There is no such.
And okay, so that's the 14th. So you went home, and did you come back to the copy on the 15th?
Si14 ke ezo wayekhaya ke wabuyela futhi pa ekopini nge15.
Ndayikhaya ndaphinde ndabuya.
Yes, I went home and came back to the copy.
Right. Okay. Then let me just ask the question that I had forgotten to ask about the 13th. On the 13th, when you were in that group, let me put it this way: you've seen Mr. X here on that screen, correct?
Umbonile ku Mr X apha kwasa screen. And it?
Ndimbonile.
Yes, I saw him.
On the 13th, in that group of about 100 people that went to Korea and back for a number of hours, did you see Mr. X there?
Ke 13 ke kula group yabantu abangaba 100 ayikariye chithi hour ezithile phaphi nabuya umbonile umse X apho?
Zange ndimbone.
No, I did not see him.
Okay. Right.
So, when we reach a suitable stage for the tea adjournment, please let me know.
Yes, Chairperson. Yes, Chairperson, since I'm moving to the 15th, this might be a convenient stage.
We'll take the tea adjournment now. 15 minutes.
The Commission resumes.
The Commission resumes. Before the witness continues his evidence, I want to read out the ruling that has been prepared on the application for the withdrawal of the ruling given on the 8th of November 2012. Copies of this ruling will be made available electronically to the media in a few minutes after I and to the parties, a few minutes after I've read it out. The evidence leaders have requested the Commission to withdraw the ruling it made on 8th November 2012 to divide the hearing into two phases, the first being confined to an examination of the events of 9 to 16 August 2012 at Marikana, regarding such aspects as the facts directly relating to and relevant to the events and the direct causes thereof, as well as the legal responsibility of any party for the deaths of and the injuries to any persons and damage to property at Marikana during the period. During the second phase, it was envisaged that the Commission would turn its attention to the other topics covered by its terms of reference. These included those set out in subparas 1.1.3, 1.1.6, and 1.5 of the proclamation, which set up the Commission. The portions of the proclamation which are relevant in regard to the issues raised in this application read as follows. 1. The Commission shall inquire into, make findings, report on, and make recommendations concerning the following, taking into consideration the Constitution and other relevant legislation, policies and guidelines. 1.1. The conduct of Lonmin PLC, Lonmin in particular, 1.1.3, whether it by act or commission created an environment which was conducive to the creation of tension, labour unrest, disunity among its employees or other harmful conduct. And then 1.1.6, whether by act or omission it directly or indirectly caused loss of life or damage to persons or property. 1.5, the role played by the Department of Mineral Resources or any other government department or agency in relation to the incident, and whether this was appropriate in the circumstances and consistent with their duties and obligations according to law. That's the end of the quotation. The terms of reference of the Commission were amended by Proclamation 30 of 2014, published on 5 May 2014, which deleted paragraph 1.5. As a result of this amendment, the ambit of Phase 2 was substantially reduced. Since May 2014, the Commission's senior researcher, Dr. Forrest, has produced a preliminary report. In Chapter 5, she states that at the time Lonmin's old order mineral rights were converted into new order rights, it adopted a social and labour plan, in terms of which it assumed a legally binding obligation to convert its existing hostels into bachelor or family units and to build a further 5,500 houses. These processes were to be complete by September 2012. According to the report, 60 hostels out of 114 were converted over the 2007 to 2011 period. These converted units could only accommodate 12.5% of the persons who were accommodated in the hostels prior to the conversion. In addition, only 3 houses of the 5,500 Lonmin was obliged to build had in fact been built. Dr. Forrest stated further that this state of affairs had been brought about by what she called a unilateral and unambiguous repudiation by Lonmin of its legal obligations under the social and labour plan. The primary justification proffered for this by Lonmin was the constraints of the economic climate after the financial crisis of 2008. She pointed out, however, that throughout the period when it was defaulting on its housing obligations, it continued to pay dividends to its shareholders. The evidence leaders asked for a withdrawal of the November 2012 ruling because they wished to cross-examine Messrs. Marikana and Jamieson, who are to testify on behalf of Lonmin, about these matters, so as to investigate the topic raised in subparagraph 1.1.3 of the Commission's terms of reference. This, they say, can easily be done in the time available, and the witnesses should be able, without difficulty, to deal with the matters to be raised. Lonmin opposes the application and advances 3 grounds in support of its opposition, namely, 1, that to confine the Phase 2 inquiry to Lonmin's non-compliance with its housing obligations under the Social and Labour Plan would be outside the Commission's mandate, because, as it is put in Lonmin's letter of objection, quote, the specific matters which the Commission was appointed to inquire into and report upon are prefaced by an introductory paragraph which requires a causal link between those specific matters and the events at Marikana mine from 9 to 16 August 2012. And the letter continues, the Commission has not considered that causal link in the context of, for example, Phase 2. That's the first ground of objection. The second ground was that Lonmin's role in providing housing to its employees cannot be considered in isolation without regard to the performance of the national and provincial governments and the local authority in the provision of housing and infrastructure development. And 3, this is the third ground of opposition, that it would not be fair to do so because there's not enough time. In our view, there's no substance in any of these grounds of objection. The contentions raised in support of the first ground are not in accordance with the wording of the terms of reference. The introductory paragraph does not in terms require a causal link between the matters set out and the events at Marikana during the period 9 to 16 August 2012, nor is it necessary to imply such a requirement. Indeed, the express requirement in paragraph 1.1.6 of a direct or indirect causal link between Lonmin's acts or omissions and the loss of life or damage to persons or property renders such an implication unnecessary. When the President wanted a causal link to be investigated, he said so. The contentions also overlook the express wording of paragraph 1.1.3, which refers to the creation of an environment which was, quote, conducive to, unquote, the creation of tension, labour unrest, etc. According to the Oxford British and World English Dictionary, quote, conducive, unquote, means, quote, making a certain situation or outcome likely or possible, language which clearly does not require a causal link. The second contention, namely that Lonmin's non-compliance with its legally binding housing obligations cannot be looked at in isolation, is also patently without substance, because Lonmin's obligations in this regard are self-standing, and the performance or non-performance by other bodies in the area of housing provision is not relevant. As regards the contention that an examination of the question as to whether Lonmin's failure to comply with its housing obligations was, quote, conducive to the creation of tension, labour unrest, etc., would be unfair in the time available, it is in our view not possible to say whether there will be unfairness. That is a question which can only be answered at the end of the inquiry. If the matter has, in the opinion of the Commission, been adequately canvassed, it will be able to make a ruling. If not, it may, as Mr. Nsebenza contended, consider referring the matter in terms of paragraph 5 of its terms of reference to some other body for further investigation. In the circumstances, we are satisfied that it would be appropriate to grant the evidence leader's application. The following ruling is made. The ruling made on 8 November 2012 is withdrawn. As I have said, copies of the ruling will be made available electronically to the media and to the parties in a few minutes.
Ngamafuphi nje ubechaza umgcini sihlalo apha le siyasicela sasenziwe kokuba kuhlukaniswe iphase 1 nephase 2 nezizathu ezanikezwa ngabameli njengoba nivile uyawabeka ezakhe izizathu ke ngokupheleleyo ejongisa lapha kwimigqaliselo yekomishini okokuba itshunjelo ukwenza ntoni nantoni 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 na uthi ke abamaphephandaba bazawuthunyelwa esisigcibo ngoku njengoba egciba nje.
Would you please remind the witness that he's under oath, and Mr. Mpofu will then continue with the examination in chief.
Well, witness still under oath, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mr. Nzuza, we were going to move to the 15th, but I just want to round off just a short clip on the 14th. Could you go to Triple J 28?
Sadlulela ku-15 kodwa khona inqondo safuna silishwangathela lapha umhla we-14 sajonga la video Triple J 28.
Video 38, I think.
We ensure their safety, they're safe. Tell them they're safe, they can come forward.
7 seconds.
We can see the 5 of the protesters or strikers. Can you identify them for us?
Sibona amadoda amathathu amahlanu abaqhankqalazi pha ungakusixelele mbuya wazi bangubani. Yes, I can do that.
Yes, please.
Ungaqhubeleka.
Kujali lungabe ekuqaleni. Ube ngumvangeli, ube ngumambushi. Lo cangam andimazi.
And then?
The one at the side is
Benjima.
Charlie. The next one is Mvangeli, and then Mambush. The one next to me, I don't know, and then it's me, the last person.
Repeat the names again. I couldn't. They weren't too clear. You're going from the left, are you? Who's the one in the extreme left?
Bafuna ukuvakosha amagama lokupha ekugqibeleni enxele ngapha ngubani?
Ndim.
It's me.
No, you.
When ungapha ngase right, itho ngapha ngase left ngapha. Qaleni ngapha.
Left on the screen.
14 apha ngase nxele ngapha.
Kujali.
It's Charlie.
Charlie. The second person,
Awesibini.
Mvangeli.
Mvangeli.
Mageri. The third,
Mambushi.
Mambush.
the fourth,
Wesine.
Andimazi.
I don't know the person.
and you're the fifth.
And ungwesihlanu wena.
Thank
Yes.
Yes. Right. Were any of those people, when they went to the police, were they carrying any traditional or any other weapons?
Ngoku abantu aba xa besiya phaa khona amapolisa khona into abayiphethe khona izixhobo beziphethe.
Azikho.
No, they were unarmed.
How did it come about that they were not carrying their traditional weapons?
Kwautheni bengaziphathanga izixhobo zabo intonga nezo sokuzenzela.
Amaphoyisa acela uba mabasizibeke phana, bazibeke phantsi izixhobo xa beza kum bezothetha nabo.
The police had requested that when they come nearer, they must put their weapons down.
Yes, and what was the reaction of the protesters?
Xa befumana isicelo esinjalo bathini ke bona?
Bazibeka phantsi.
Yes, they obey and put their weapons down.
Okay, now, while we're on that subject of those who put their weapons down, you yourself, in the 5 days that is there, did you carry any weapons? A weapon?
Kulezi zixhobo ezabekwa phansi kwezo ntsuku ezinhlanu wawukhona isixhobo osiphethe okanye izixhobo oziphethe.
Sasingekho.
No, there was none.
Thank you. All right. And then if you could go to 0038 of this clip. Or is it 39? Yes, oh, we can use 39. Thank you, Mr. Chaska.
There we go. Negotiations have started.
Oh, wonderful.
That guy with the mic, if he can come closer to the vehicle, we can hear him. The person with the microphone on the right-hand side, he must come closer so we can speak to this green jacket.
Loina bambile no speaker betere na sondela ukuthi nathina thina yizwa yini yena khuluma.
16.
Where's the stop? I can't see where it stopped. Normally it tells me in the bottom left-hand corner.
It's
I think.
betere ngasondela ukuthi
Okay. I missed again. That's fine. On that, we can still see the same 5 people, except that you are now holding a loud hailer. Is that correct?
Sisawabona amadoda amahlanu. Umehluko nje ndoba wena uphethe I loudspeaker le. Njani?
Njani.
Yes, it is so.
thina yizwa yini yena khuluma.
Now he's coming. Here he comes.
We really appreciate the...
Yeah. Tell them we thank you very much for what they're doing. We appreciate it. We will not harm them. They can come closer.
Siyabonga sitereklo into lona inina yenza sondela ba.
Can you interpret what was being said?
Yes, the first that was said in Fanaka law was that person that has got a loud hailer, if he should please come nearer to us. Then they started moving forward. Where they stopped, the person then said, "We are grateful for what you people are doing."
Okay.
By coming closer.
Thank you. And what we observe there, Mr. Nzuza, is that you come ahead of the other 4 with your loud hailer. Is that correct?
Inesiqaphelayo ke phambi nomzana Nzuza sibone uza ngaphambili wena kwamanye amadoda amane la. Ngaba kunjalo?
Njani.
Yes, it is so.
All right. Now let's go to the 15.
Masiya kumhla we-15 ke.
Right. I think on the videos there, I think this is a new exhibit. It's 0004 underscore XVID, whatever that means.
Quadruple P5, and how do I describe it shortly?
It's subs videos 1508-2012. Discussions between subs and protesters. And strikers, yes, Chief.
So quadruple P5 is SAP's video dated 15/08/2012, which I've described as discussions between SAPs and strikers.
We start at 3:54. Oh, no, start it there. Yeah. Okay, this video, Chairperson, doesn't have sound. Okay, stop. Right. Well, firstly,
we've stopped at 1 minute 23 seconds.
Yes. Firstly, we see now that you are again wearing different clothes. Can you describe what you are wearing?
Uqala sibone ngathi unxibe impahla ezehlukile kunezi abesizibone ngaphambili. Ungasichazela uba unxibe ezinjani namhlanje? Yes, I can describe.
Yes, this is your third set of clothes in that we have now seen.
Impahla zesithathu ezehlukileyo kunezi abesizibonileyo ngaphambili.
This.
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Noki is seen having climbed on the Nyala.
Yes.
And then nearby there are 5 other persons, correct?
Ecaleni pha kufutshane ngamanye amadoda abanye abantu abahlanu. Yes.
Who are they?
Ngobani?
Umvangeli ngujali ngurasta laba yi2 andwazi amagama abo.
It's Mvangeli, Jali, and Rasta. The other 2, I don't know their names.
Okay, what was happening here?
Kwakusenzeka ntoni apha?
Lapho kulesi sikhathi sibizwa ngamaphoyisa athi afuna umuntu oyiwaneze lapha kubo. Sasimela.
This is the time that the police were calling us, say they want one person to come towards them.
Okay, can we go to video, or rather, yeah, I think it's video 34 on that series at 1 minute 30. Sorry, if you can just rewind a little bit and then if you can get an interpretation of what is being said. Mr. Noki is speaking.
I want to go back to the beginning of Mr.
No.
Noki's speech.
Just a few seconds, Chairperson. If that is 26, we can, I can't see properly. Yeah, we can go to 20 maybe.
So it's 1 minute 20. You want to go back to 1 minute 20.
Yes. Okay. No, I think that part is inaudible. That's you can just as soon as you can.
We're not fighting with anyone. We want money, that's what we want.
Okay, maybe we can ask the
Another
witness.
person who spoke. Do you recognize that person? There was a bit by Mambush, and then there was a piece by somebody else. Who was the other person? Do you recognize it?
Oh, Blom.
Which the other one?
Mas.
No, I don't know the person.
Mr. Interpreter, could you hear what he said? Can you interpret it for us?
No, he was a little bit done at that.
Would
it wasn't
would
clear.
help if it were played again, or do you think it will still be inaudible?
Maybe it can be played again.
Let's
yes.
play it again. Play it again, Sam.
Let me try if it's played again.
Okay. Okay, stop. That person who just spoke now, do you know him?
Aye.
No.
Mazi ngokusekumva.
I know him no later.
Okay, now later, who do you know him as?
Umazi njengabani ke ngoku kamfa.
Mazi ba Makhaya.
I know his Makaya. I know him as Makaya.
Yes, Chairperson, yes, the gentleman is His name is Alfred Mackay. He's one of our clients.
Thank you.
One of the arrested and injured and arrested. And yes. Can you? I think the interpreter was not able to hear him properly. But from your memory, do you know what he was saying essentially?
Yes, I can.
Yes, what does he say?
wayesithi makulantuke makuthethe makukhetha abantu abazawuthetha phaya kukhethe umsuthu umtshangane bathethe baphawule phayana.
He was saying, let there be some people elected to go to speak there. Let it be a Sotho speaking, a Shangaan speaking, to be elected so that they can go and represent them.
Okay, carry on.
There's nobody that we have a fight with. We have got no fight with any person.
Okay, can he carry on?
The only thing we want is money. Just go. If we could just reverse a bit back.
Play it again.
Yes.
Back. 2 minutes 35 is where it is now. Can we play it from there?
Maybe the witness can assist you.
It's not clear to me what you're saying.
Could you work out that part, Mr. Nzuza?
Well, lo uthi into abayifuna bafuna imali 12,500 but cha umtshini kabuhlungu emgodini nzima.
Yes, say what they want is money, and underground they are working very hard with the machines.
Okay, thank you. Carry on.
Only thing that we want here is money.
Who is this gentleman speaking?
And yes, Gamalai.
I don't know his name.
Mr. Mahlangu, there was something about Kenya Bana Dikolo. Can you reverse a little bit? No, before that.
The only thing we want here is money so that we can take our children to school. We only want money.
Okay, carry on. I also couldn't hear that.
Yeah,
all right, carry on.
Only thing we want is money. I end there.
Mr. Nzuza, we just saw you appearing there next to that gentleman with the blue T-shirt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, what can be observed there is those two white people and the other gentleman with the camera. Who are they?
I'm a journalist.
I don't know those guys. They are the journalists.
Journalists. Were journalists moving among the strikers freely?
I'm a journalist.
Bebehamba yonke indawo bebengekho abantu abaphazamisayo.
They were moving up and around all the areas. Nothing was disturbing them.
Okay, carry on.
The only thing that we want from this employer who doesn't want to come next to us is money. The police who come with something that is not understandable, they are the ones who are coming.
Okay, carry on.
Let not it be the police that comes closer to us, coming with something that is not understandable. Let the employer come nearer to us. We want money from him.
Okay, then can we... Go to 4.
This stopped at 3:34. You now want to move on to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't look as it runs that far.
No, it doesn't, Chairperson. All right, that's fine. Can we then go to J 20? Or let me ask you, apart from what we've seen, did anything of any significance happen on the 15th? And if not, when did you go home?
Ngaphandle kwalento siyibonile ngaba khona mhlambi into ebalulekileyo kanye eqaphelekileyo yenzekile nge-15 ngoba mhlambi ayikho wena uyabuyela nini ekhaya ngalo mhla we-15?
Ndihambe entabeni noba ngabo 7.
I left from the mountain at about 7.
Yes. In the evening, it's common cause that the two union leaders, Mr. Zokwana and Mr. Matunjwa, arrived. What role did you play during Mr. Zokana's visit?
Kuyavunyelwana ngento yokuba ke kurhatya umnumzana uZokwana nomnumzana uMathunjwa baye bafika. Wena inxaxheba yiphi oyidlalileyo?
Malone.
Can you please repeat the question?
When Mr. Zokwana came that afternoon, did you play any role? If so, what?
Ngela xesha kufika umnumzana uZokwana pha entabeni. Ingaba khona inxaxheba oyidlalileyo?
Ikhona.
Yes, I did.
Yes, what is it?
Wenza ntoni ke?
Bafuna 5 emadoda.
They said they want 5 gentlemen to come to them so that we can talk.
So into nesezayenza ke ndendakhwela sisafumaniseka ihip hop ezangayo ayiyongo libebekade besisangayo liya inandawo inyathela la ngaphambili.
We realized that the hip hop that they came with is not the same as the one that they came with before. It doesn't have the bull bar so that we can step on. We asked them to come nearer to us, and then we went on top of some stones there, 3 stones, to stand on top of the stones or the rocks. That's what I did.
All right. Please, yeah. All right, Mr. Chaskasan is going to give us a photo that makes the point you're making much clearer. Before we do that, can we go to Triple J20 and play 0003? Yeah.
Uba siyi-organization ethembekile ngamaxesha wonke eyawuhlala ithembekile futhi engangeke yanixokisa. Sile nhlangano comrades okanye singombutho
Sorry, go to 12. Video 12. Yes, carry on.
asayini umazambulala sifuna uthaka abakusayinile ukuze kubonakale uba kubheka ngaphi kuphela sithi ngoku.
It's fine, Chairperson. That's the following day. We'll play it after.
This is the AMCU, one of the AMCU
visit. Yeah. All right. Can we have Mr. Chaskasan's photo? All right. Okay, that's also not on hand now. All right.
Mr. Mpofu, can I just interrupt you for a moment? Mr. Wesley, how much longer has Mr. Mpofu got?
I need an hour, Chairperson.
Chair, I can do a quick calculation. I apologize. It's approximately half an hour.
Right. So, Mr. Mpofu, let's adjourn now. We're not going to have the witnesses' evidence tomorrow because Minister Shabangu is coming. When she's finished, we'll be carrying on with this witness. So this is possibly a suitable stage, actually.
Yes, it is.
I was about to
move
you can carry on.
On the 16th.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just a small portion left on the 15th. Chairperson, if I may, can I make the appeal now? I think I'm going to need about an hour with this witness. I'll try to squeeze everything.
What implication has that got for the rest of the plan?
Quite significant, Chair. I've just done the calculation, by the way. It's 25 minutes left.
We'll discuss this in chambers, Mr. Mpofu. You understand we've got limited time, but we won't talk about that. We'll adjourn now until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The witness will stand down until Minister Shabangu is finished.
Wednesday morning?
Yes, Wednesday morning.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Elinqina lizodelwe ngolwesithathu ngomso kuza umama uShabangu yaphuma iCommission kwangoku.
Oh, yes. Yeah. There's an aerial of them going into the big Anyala. Okay. What number? Can you try and get that photo from me?
You can load it then. Can I give you another one?
Contributed to the
That's why they need Toshiba 4 gig, I'm sure.
It's not your, I think it's your.